Hello, class. So, right now, my students are working on the pronunciation of past tense regular verbs with the ed ending. Now, even though you see the ed ending, in reality, it has three different pronunciation sounds. The T, for example, I looked at you. Number two, the D ending. For example, I called you last night. And number three, the id ending, where you add an extra syllable. For example, I needed to buy a new car. So my wonderful student, Claudia, asked me to record these reading samples that we reviewed in class so that you can listen to my pronunciation. I also made some little notes so you can identify which of the three endings I am using. I hope this helps you. And if you like it, I can make some more stories and upload them onto YouTube to help you continue with your listening practice. All right, let's get started. My students and I are talking about the medical unit right now. So the two stories we will read are about medical problems. The first one is called Karen Felt Sick. On Monday morning, Karen walked to work, but she did not feel well. Her head hurt and her body felt very tired. She coughed and sneezed and looked very pale. She also felt dizzy and a little cold. Her friend Anna noticed Karen right away. She asked, Karen, are you okay? You look sick. Karen answered, No, I feel very bad today. I have a headache and my throat hurts. I also feel chills in my body. Anna helped Karen sit down and brought her some water. Karen drank the water, but she still felt weak. She coughed again and covered her mouth. Anna decided to call the clinic. She called the clinic and scheduled an appointment for Karen at 2 p.m. Karen arrived at the clinic and waited in the waiting room. After a few minutes, the nurse smiled and called Karen's name. The nurse checked her temperature and tested her blood pressure. Karen's temperature was high. She had a high fever. The doctor soon talked to Karen. He asked many questions about her symptoms. When did your symptoms start? He asked. They started 2 days ago, Karen answered. I coughed, sneezed, and felt dizzy. My head hurt and throat burned. The doctor looked at her throat and listened to her breathing. He checked her ears and touched her neck. Then the doctor decided Karen had a bad fever and the flu. Karen had a sore throat and she could not talk. He wanted her to rest at home for a few days. He also suggested drinking warm tea, eating soup, and taking medicine. The nurse printed some instructions and handed them to Karen. Karen thanked the doctor and nurse. When she arrived home, Karen rested, drank hot soup, and watched TV. She slept for many hours. The next day, Karen felt a little better. Her headache was better, and her body felt stronger. She was happy she visited the doctor. Now let's look at our second reading. It is called Sandra Was Feeling Under the Weather. Under the weather means that you feel sick. You don't feel well. Sandra worked at a small office. One morning, she felt very tired. She coughed and sneezed a lot. Her head ached and her throat hurt. Sandra decided she needed to see a doctor. Sandra talked to her manager and asked to leave work early. Her manager agreed and wished her well. Sandra packed her bag and grabbed her jacket and walked to the clinic near her home. At the clinic, the nurse called Sandra's name. She checked Sandra's temperature and tested her blood pressure. The doctor asked Sandra many questions. He listened to her lungs and looked at her throat. The doctor tested Sandra for the flu. After a short time, he diagnosed her with a cold. He explained the problem and treated her with medicine. He also advised Sandra to rest, drink water, and stay home for a few days. Sandra returned home and rested all afternoon. She followed the doctor's advice and took the medicine. She boiled hot water to make tea with lemon and honey for her sore throat. After a few days, she felt much better. Sandra was happy. She visited the doctor and received the help she needed. Excellent job, class. Now, you see in the two readings, there are repeated words used in the past tense. I want you to feel comfortable and familiar with these words and pronounce them correctly, because maybe the next time you or a family member, like your child, goes to the doctor, you need to explain these symptoms. Keep up the amazing work, and I will see you soon. Bye.